I'm in Sevilla, Spain, and it's early in the day. I'm trying to find some good food. It's hard. This is a challenge when you go to Spain to find some decent food, actually. Most people sit outside and they eat little cookies and have something to drink, a coffee. Like here, specialty coffee, bagels, fresh juice. What about food? I'm trying to find a place where you can buy some decent food, a good breakfast. Solid breakfast. Very difficult here in Spain. Here's some people eating something. Ladies eating a cookie. Something sandwich. They're not eating real food. This little sandwich. One little problem here in Sevilla, Spain is that you always walk in these narrow streets like this. And it's hard to find the right direction to where you want to go. So if you want to go to the cathedral, a lot of people want to go to the famous cathedral. You can't see it from here, obviously. So it's always a challenge to find the direction. You know where you are. You have to be a local to find your way out of this maze. So you can use your smartphone, but I don't really use that so much. So I ask people for directions. Old school. And some of the doors to the houses are very impressive. A real fortress. You're not gonna easily get in there. Kind of like it was in Cordoba, the same phenomenon. Tough doors to get through. And this here is midsummer, so it's the low season. But I still expect to see quite a few tourists here. It's Sevilla, after all, well-known city. Always be tourists here, but not too many. So you can find a hotel room, not too expensive, in the middle of the summer. And it's a good idea. If you go to the coast, it's so expensive these days. So where do we go? We go here to see the cathedral, then we go straight ahead. We go over there, inside that alley, or back there. I have no idea. And at least here, in this part of town, you see locals, like this guy over here. You don't see so many tourists. And that's good. It's a good thing. I don't come here to see tourists, talk to tourists or meet tourists. I come here to see the locals. That's what's cool. And that's why maybe it's a good idea not to spend too much time in the area where the cathedral and the castle is, because that's where all the tourists go. Much more interesting to just walk the streets like this here in Sevilla, which is a huge city. 1.5 million people in the metropolitan area. I'm still looking for a place to eat, and it's so frustrating here in Spain. You can't find a good meal. These people are sitting here. Just take a look at them and try to be discreet. They are having something to drink, and maybe some cookies. Look at the table here to our right. They have something to drink, maybe some cookies, but they don't eat food. And if I ask them about food, I don't know, something to drink, some little cookie. I want food, I'm not hungry. Strange to me. Again, you can buy some food like this, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some meat, eggs, chicken, bacon and eggs. Can I find something here? No. Like a table there, some people sitting, having a drink. Maybe over here, find some food. I know they have McDonald's and Burger King. It's incredible. Sometimes I end up at places like that. It's another shop with good cookies. Looks nice, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some real food, proteins. Again, people are sitting there having a drink, maybe a cookie. Over here as well. Where's the people eating food? It's a strange phenomenon. But after the food, I have something delicious. I bought myself a decent cigar, and I only paid €3 for that cigar, and it's supposed to be a pretty good cigar as well. Here in Spain you can find cigars for low cost, and you have a cigar culture here in this country, which I think is really cool. You actually see people sitting smoking cigars, mostly a little older people, but they still have that culture here. And I'm looking forward to this after a meal. In the past, a lot of people used to smoke cigars. I believe that in the early 1900s, 80% of the American male population was smoking cigars. 80%. So it's a reason for that. It's pretty good. I mean, it's food, and it looks... I spend a lot of time creating this food, these cookies, whatever. But it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for real food, and then I'm looking to have this smoke. You're not gonna... It's a bad idea to have a smoke on an empty stomach. You need to have a meal first, you don't get sick. And this is kind of like the tourist area we're approaching here. I believe the famous cathedral is to our left over here. This is a candy shop. I'm not looking for candy, I'm looking for real food. This looks green and good for kids, but grown-ups, they need food, real food. And then the real men, they need a cigar as well. Let's see, do they have food here? People having a drink, some coffee, something. I don't see people eating a full meal. I don't see people having eggs and bacon or something like that. English breakfast, Americano breakfast. Here you have ice cream and cookies. Ice cream is delicious. Cookies look, they look great. They look amazing, but I need food. So hard to find. It's strange, very strange to me. Here again, people sitting, having something to drink and coffee, eating their little cookies. And in the city you have incredible architecture like this, old buildings. It's really quite amazing if you compare to some other cities in Europe, of course, which were like totally destroyed during World War II. Not like that here. Look at these. Look at the scene here. Those two guys with their hats. I'm sure they smoke cigars. There's some real Spaniard people here. So they make an interview of those guys. And look at this door. Look at the building over there. If you follow this street here, this avenida, we'll reach the cathedral and the royal palace where the king still lives when he's here in Sevilla. The monument area where all the tourists go. And a small chance of seeing the king while here. But I've already met the king of Spain once when I was in, was it Tenerife? Yeah, it was Tenerife. He came along the street and I got the chance to shake his hand, and the queen as well. First time I met a king of Spain. People having their cookies and something to drink, some coffee. Everyone. Can someone tell me where to find somewhere to eat some real food in this city? And write it in the comment section below if you have some suggestions. I know there are decent food at McDonald's and Burger King, but it is what it is here. You have all these tourist groups. Here's one from, possibly from China. Sometimes I stay a little close to the tourist groups, discreet, try to pick up some facts, but no use when they speak Chinese. I'm not, it's one of the languages I don't speak. And this is one of the largest cathedrals in the world. Very famous. Most of the work, I think, was done in the 1400s, 1500s. The time of Spain being a strong, very strong power. And this city, especially Sevilla, was created as a huge city because of the trade with the New World. And it had its really strong period in the 1500s, I believe. And over there we have the cathedral, and next to it, behind these impressive walls, the royal palace. This is where the Spanish king comes to live while in Sevilla. I wish I could sit down with him, have a smoke, a cigar, have a chat with him. I did meet him once, but there's no chance to talk. A short handshake, that's all that happened. I looked into his eyes and he looked into my eyes, and we both thought that it would be a great idea to sit down and have a cigar, but not that time. Hopefully in the future. Seems like a great guy, King of Spain. Unlike some other kings in the world. He seems very woke. He doesn't seem so woke, I think. At least not his father. He lives in some African country, I think. He chased away from Spain. What happened there? I'm not looking for a horse ride. It's cheesy to me. Don't really see the point in that. Much better just walk around and save those 20 euro, whatever it costs, on a horse ride around the cathedral. And here we have more places to have cookies and something to drink, some coffee. Still haven't found any place where I see people eating real food. It's a very strange phenomenon. Very strange indeed. I understand people want to have something to drink and have a cookie, I get it. But people need to eat. Maybe they eat at home, then they go out and have a little coffee. Sevilla is really famous for flamenco dancers like that, flamenco music and bullfighting. This is something I really want to see. But there's no bullfighting going on right now. I have to wait until September. I believe there was some bullfighting 1 or 2 weeks ago. Missed that. That's something I really want to see. I don't like to see bulls getting killed, but it's age-old tradition. Fascinating. I like to see it. It's part of Spanish culture. Famous tower near the river, a very important river for the city. This is where the ships came and went to the New World, making Sevilla such an important town, city in the 1500s. Huh?
Is that for you?
Oh, no, no.
No problem.
No, I don't want.
It's una coin, a little money.
Not today, thank you. Thank you. The tour lady speaks German, so I guess I can pick up a little bit, but I'm not staying too close, like a leech trying to get information, not paying for the tour. That's obviously one of the attractions here in Sevilla. There's so many of them. And this town is a big city of football, and they're well known for their team Sevilla, the football club Sevilla, but they have another team here as well, Real Betis. It's a huge club as well, a big stadium. And you might not know that, but Real Betis is located here in Sevilla. It's actually a very cool breeze inside these alleys. So much more comfortable to be here than out there in the square. It's like air conditioned here. I'm still looking for a place to eat. I don't want cookie, I don't want ice cream. I want real food. Look at this. Looks like something from the inspired, at least from the Moorish period, with the details up there. In here you have an old palace. I'd love to go inside, but you have to pay 12 euro to do so. I think that's quite expensive. I'll probably be in and out in 10 minutes. But from the photos they have here, looked really interesting. Look at the door. Fortress, this place. 12 euros, that's too much. 12 euro here, 15 euro there, it becomes a fortune. So I try to stay out of those too many museums. Here's a flamenco establishment. You can go and see flamenco at 9 o'clock. Flamenco? Maybe later, huh? How much?
22 per person.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have McDonald's and we have Burger King over here. So there's always that option here in Sevilla if you're really hungry. I so much look forward to have that cigar, that quality cigar for 3 euro. But I can't smoke it on an empty stomach. I need to find some real food here first. It's just unbelievable that you can't find it. Cookies and nuts, ice cream. It's not real food to me. Here in Sevilla, this is the kind of architecture you have, buildings like this, typical. But you also have this, very popular here for some reason. Not a big fan. At least there's some shade here. And it's starting to become very hot, at least 40 degrees today, Celsius. Could be 43, 44, I haven't checked the weather forecast. Hot day here. There's one problem here in Spain when you smoke a cigar like this and wear a hat like I do. Some people might mistake you for a mafia boss, mafioso, a don, a jefe. And that can be a problem. Some people are scared. Especially men seem to be scared. But women, of course, fascinated by it. There's something to be aware of when you're here in Spain. Looking like I do. With a big cigar. People might think you're a criminal, a mafia boss. I think I walked quite far from the typical tourist area where we have all the monuments, the cathedral, the royal palace, and a little bit lost as where I am, but I have to say that Sevilla is something special. You find places like this all over the city. Definitely above average as far as cities I've visited.